Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Thursday, January 19th, 2023. And I want to start with the people we're probably never going to see again. And the first one is actually a Dutch, I think she is working for a Dutch bank until March 1st. And her name is Barbara Baarsma. And she's most likely not known anywhere else, but in the Netherlands she actually came out. She works obviously for a bank, the Rabobank. And she was talking about a carbon budget and that we would all have a budget and we won't be able to exceed it. Well, a lot of reactions obviously here in the Netherlands when she came out. And now she is leaving us, or at least she is leaving the Rabobank where she was working. So from March the 1st, she won't be around anymore. Yes, it's horrible. I'm sure a lot of people are going to miss her. And another one that is biting the dust, February 7th, is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern. She was the one that was locking up everything. She was really horrendous the past two and a half years, 3 years now almost. So I'm very glad that she is actually leaving. So that's the good news, so to speak. And I first wanted to take a look at the planetary crisis that apparently the World Economic Forum is warning us about. And this is about parts of Earth that will become uninhabitable, and they're of course spreading a lot of fear. I thought it was very interesting that Elon Musk actually put out a message that the World Economic Forum is increasingly becoming an unelected world government that the people never asked for and don't want. So there's a lot of backlash coming now with the World Economic Forum. Here in the Netherlands, in the media, they try to make it seem like not much is going on, but there is more and more coming out. And usually there was no interest for that thing at all. I think a lot of people didn't know about the World Economic Forum. I've heard about it, but it's now really front and center. And a lot of things are now coming out about the World Economic Forum, what they're talking about, the nonsense that is coming out. I shared a clip from Tucker Carlson this morning, which was about Al Gore, and he was really ridiculing Al Gore. And something very interesting, because they were also talking, of course, about the climate. It's climate. And they were talking, of course, they had John Kerry's mentioning it was extraterrestrial. So that's why I'm going to look at that planetary crisis, because they see themselves as heroes or something, or the rescuers of Earth, so to speak. Anyway, Tucker Carlson mentioned that, and also mentioned that Al Gore was looking very strange, which is very interesting because people are starting to notice. It's almost like people are not looking the same as they used to. So that's a very interesting thing. So I've already shuffled the cards in my Dutch video. So if you'd like to watch that, you could see that in my other video. The cards for this planetary crisis, to me, this feels like just, creating fear, because that's really the only thing they have left. The first card I got was the 7 of Cups. The central card was the King of Swords. That's the central card. The card in the past is the 6 of Cups. Then we have the Moon card underneath the central card. And for the future, near future, we have the 5 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. So to me, this feels like a manipulative way to still create like fear, like this horrible thing that's going to happen. We have to listen to them. We have to start working with that climate. We have to do all these things and lock everyone up again, because that's really what they want. And of course, I already mentioned, we had Barbara here in the Netherlands talking about these carbon budget that people will have. And if you exceed that, you won't be able to buy anything anymore. That's really their intention. They want to control everything. And this is their last thing they come out. This is really just to create fear. This has to do with the moon. The 7 of Cups is that people can really tell what's true or not. And the moon card is a similar energy. It's about confusion. It's about fear, working on the unconscious fear, saying that we're not safe anymore. It's working on that safety feeling. People want to be safe. So if you create a problem, which they do all the time, then of course they bring the solution so people will be safe again. But it's not really going to work. This is holding on to that old power. Like I said, I think this is part of the agenda also from the white hats to show people what's going on, what they truly want. But there's going to be more and more backlash. People are not accepting this anymore. Even a clip I think I shared as well about Klaus mentioning this chip in the head, and that in a few years from now everyone would have that chip. That's the real plan. If I'm not mistaken, I have a video about the transhumanism, and I'm probably going to share that one as well. Really, that's the real plan. That's what this is about. They want to fully control us on every level. So they really want something in our heads so they can control our minds, our feelings, what we do. They want to create this robot humanity. It's not really humanity anymore. They really want to create this combination of organic with not organic, but it's more leaning toward technology. They want to take full control over us, so we can't think for ourselves anymore, we can't feel for ourselves anymore. That's really what they're talking about. So he was kind of joking, not really joking about that chip. I think he was dead serious, and that's what this is about. The true agenda is transhumanism, and they try to create with the climate this fearful anxiety, so people will take all their solutions. And of course, the stings are part of this. They want to transform us, so that's why they've changed the DNA. That's their intention. So this is really about creating fear, and I don't think this is going to go anywhere. There's going to be a lot of backlash, but this is really to show people. You have to show them. Don't tell, show them what's really going on. So the other thing I also looked at was the crickets that they want you to eat. And apparently here in the European Union, they've given permission to use it in products like pasta and like flour. So that's very interesting. They've already been talking about this and for a while now, but it's now apparently they've given permission to it. And it's very interesting. This is the third insect actually that they've agreed to that it can be used. So there was also, I think, the grasshopper, and I'm not really sure, but there's another insect. It's called the meelworm in Dutch. I'm not sure what the English word for that is, but anyway, there are 3 insects now. They have permission. They can use it. They can start using it. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody already sent me something that in animal food, some animal food already have crickets added to it. So look at the packaging. Always look at the packaging. And someone else sent me this crackers that is from a Belgian company. It's called Yuma, dus Y-U-M-A. And the new generation food, the wonders of nature, which you can also buy in the Netherlands at certain shops. Usually they're called Ecoplaza, and they are focused on health foods. So this is very interesting. So they've got crackers which has cricket flour added to it, and they claim this is a superfood. So very interesting, obviously. So I wanted to get some cards about this. To be very honest, if you really look at what they've been doing to our food, and if you just look at the ingredients of some food, so just look at a package. Most ingredients, I have no idea what it is. They've got the strangest names, and this is what people are putting into their mouths. And I think this is about awareness of what do we put into our mouth. And we are going to completely change the system. But the interesting thing was this card fell out when I was kind of talking about this and shuffling the cards. This is the 7 of Wands. And we are in a way better position because we are the ones to decide what we put into our mouths. So this brings awareness. It's important that people start reading the packages and starting to understand what is in this. There are so many products, they've all been, given the okay, you can eat this is good for you. And ultimately, let's just say that at a very high levels, dark energies don't want us to feel all right. They've put things in there for a long time to keep us sick, to keep us in a certain vibration. So it's very important that we start making other decisions. We are the ones to decide. We are in a way better position than they are. We are the ones to decide where we get our food. Here in the Netherlands, we could go to the farmers. We could get there, or maybe in your place or in your country, they have farmer markets. See what's on the package if you get something. There's so many things you can do to find different ways. And the central card for this was the Four of Wands. Card in the past is the Sun. We have the Three of Wands underneath the central card. And for the future, we have the Knight of Pentacles and Strength. What was interesting is that I was looking at the back of the deck, and that's the Four of Cups. I was drawn to it. And this is that people are fed up with all the things that are given to us, and we need to take back our power. We need to start deciding. And even in those health conscious shops, we have to be aware of what's truly in the package, what fits with us. So see if there are other things you can come up with, especially with this Four of Wands. I feel and I hear about initiatives where people are getting together, start growing their own food, and start working on different initiatives. It's so beautiful to see. So we are kind of skipping the supermarkets more and more. We're finding our own way of getting valuable food with good quality that we truly want. Here in the Netherlands, I think you can even get flour directly from certain mills, where of course there's nothing added to it. You can do things like that. So you can make your own bread. You can maybe even make your own pasta. If that's what you want, if that feels right to you, but there's so many possibilities. So we'll really have to wait and see with this cricket flour. If to be honest, there are so many things added to our foods for such a long time that this really is just showing people more and becoming more aware of what's going on. This is really, how to say that, people, if they hear there's something like cricket flour added, they're like, they get this immediate reaction, which is good. So people maybe start becoming more aware of really what they're putting in their mouths. So it's important, and we can just have to wait and see how this is going to unfold. But ultimately, the power is in our hands. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is about, and that's also what Strength. It will be a different way. The entire systems are going to fall. Also the food supplies, the food productions, all the things they added to it, all the things to make it the farmers so difficult as possible. The fishermen, they are now aiming for the fishermen. I think here in the Netherlands, they're aiming for the shrimp fishermen now. They just want to get rid of the entire, fishermen, farmers, things like that. They want full control over our food. It's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen, because ultimately we decide what we put into our mouths or not. So I think this is about awareness, bringing awareness, so people will start reading more and start understanding that even the other packages, you should really take a look at that. Just because something has been agreed to, that at the higher level they said, yeah, this is fine, you can just eat that, take that, doesn't mean it's good for you. What people really need to realize that all these companies and all these organizations that check our food, the top is dark energy. They are not here to bring us real health. They are not here to support us. They are here to keep us in a certain position. And it's up to us to say no to that, cup. Like, yeah, we had enough. We don't want any more of that. So that's my feeling about the cricket flour and adding that to all kinds of products. So I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.